I'll be presenting my pre-production project on art direction with storyboarding. My first project is to design a 20-second animation to promote Simply K-pop, which is a program for K-pop artists to perform and to be shown around the world. My main idea for this advert was a character to come home from either work or school and put on Simply K-pop, which lightens their mood. The mood board for this project was very minimal, but using contrasting colours similar to the logo. I wanted it to be an illustrative 2D style with block colours, which is really modern for young viewers and creates a really welcoming atmosphere. My first idea was a character to be going on a bus back home and to watch Simply K-pop on their laptop. This was some early designs of the bedroom that they would come back to, and indicates that the character is a music lover with posters, albums, and a radio. These are some colour tests for the bedroom using the logo colours, and I really liked how they contrast with each other. Early designs for the character, just a really simple girl. From feedback, I was told just to make the design a bit more interesting rather than the story. So I kept the story really similar, but instead of using just wide shots, I wanted to split up the screen using a comic effect, and this just allowed me to put different shots and close-ups and just to make it a bit more interesting. So this is the final storyboard. So it starts off with rain and it splits into two to show a character sitting at a bus stop. So I chose to just have a silhouette of a character rather than designing a character, just because it would fit better with the design. So then it splits up into three to show some more close-ups, and again showing the character plug in their phone into some headphones and their foot stops tapping, indicating they're listening to music. And then again a wheel of a bus shows up to show that the bus is coming. And then a wide shot shows the bus stopping in front of the character, some money going in, and then the bus carries on. The screen then splits up into three, showing the character holding on to the bar inside of the bus. Some more different close-up shots of rain dripping down the window and the character having headphones in. Then there would be a quick shot of the wheel going over a bump, and then the character getting off the bus. Next, the character starts to walk home and you can see the door opening and closing, the handle moving. Then you can tell the colours go from blue to pink, which brings in the colours of the logo. A coat gets hung up and the door locks and a laptop opens with Simply K-pop being typed into the search engine. Then the ending is just the logo that pops up. These are some posters that could be used anywhere to promote Simply K-pop and the animation, just indicating that it can be viewed on TV or online. So my second project is a 30-second animated infomercial for Tesco about the rules for COVID-19. I've designed and created a storyboard based off of the audio of the original advert. I wanted to make sure that all the rules were included in an interesting way, and I chose to go with a very Art Deco style and colours to match the branding, such as red and blue. And I wanted to be very block and very graphic design like. And I wanted the design to be calm for the viewers, but still being straightforward and clear about the rules. This is just some early designs of the storyboard. Some early designs, I found that the background was too light for the other colours and it washed out some of the lighter colours of the objects. So it starts off with a lot of people wearing masks and they spread out to show the 2-meter rule. They then have trolleys that move as if they were in a queue, and it zooms into the trolley, which shows cleaning products that pop up. So it is clear that you can clean your trolley before you use it. Next, the 2 bottles on the bottom right turn into dashes, which show the 2-meter rule. The 2 then turns into a till, which then objects pop up or pop down to show a employee working at the till with a mask on, and also a plastic panel to separate them and the customers. Next, it zooms into the pin machine and the numbers pop up to show that you can use contactless instead of using money or your fingers. A bank card taps on there, and then a heart comes up to turn the screen into white. I had 2 options for this. I preferred this option with 2 little swirls that swirl around to make a circle which spreads out into white. These are some posters that could be used around the store or at the front of the store. My third project was to redesign the animated parts of the Make It Right music video by BTS. I wanted to focus on the character design, backgrounds and colours. My mood board was very warm with some contrasting colours just to match the vibe of the song. The original music video was quite harsh with the colours. I felt that they didn't really match or contrast properly. So these are some background designs. So I wanted to keep the story the same and the world the same. So I went with just some earthy tones and some quite graphic looking trees. So the original character didn't have any face at all, which limited their emotion. And so I added eyes rather than any mouths because there wasn't any speaking going on. So I just added eyes. So this is the final design for the boy. And this is the girl. I wanted to keep them very simple to match the background designs. These are some character tests with the background, just working on the lighting and shadows and how they'd be positioned in the backgrounds. And this is just a final scene with the dragon and the character defeating the dragon in the final scene. Very similar to the original, but I wanted to just adjust some of the designs. My final project was to work on a student film called Pool Party. I was given a brief to design some pool floats in the shape of animals. These are some background characters. Then I was given the brief to design 2 main characters. So there would be one called Dave, which would be the main one, and he would be a normal animal pool floaty. And then there would be a character called the Popper, that would be an actual balloon animal that would go around with a needle. The designs for Dave were to be animals such as a giraffe or a reindeer, animals like that. Decided to go for a reindeer to match the Animation Society reindeer. And then these are just some of the final colour designs for Dave. The designs for the Popper were to be a monkey, but it had to be able to sit on the water and hold a needle. And it also had to not have a face, but be able to realise that it is actually a monkey. These are just some colour designs for the Popper. So instead of posters, I wanted to see how the characters could be used for merchandise, such as wrapping paper or just patterned images. So this one is kind of like a Christmassy themed one with a reindeer. And this one could be potentially a wrapping paper for a birthday.